Hi, this is Jessie Ann Nichols George, and I am an integrated development specialist. I'm coming at you today with an issue that I see as very serious, or at least growing more and more today, that I want to help people with, and that is the challenge of trust. Trust has come up more and more for people as challenges have gotten stronger and deeper, and we see this a lot, particularly with relationships, but we're also seeing it more and more in regards to work and career decisions and other areas of our life, not just in relationships anymore. So I thought it would be important to take the time to go ahead and address some of the things about this issue. This is really not so much an issue as it is a challenge. And what I wanted to say with trust and to help you work with trust is that a lot of times when people are struggling with a challenge that's related to trust, they start judging, they start blaming other people. They want to put things on, well, that employer was really mean, or that person that I was with was just really abusive. And that may have been the case. They may not have done very nice things. But the reality with trust is that it always comes back to ourself. And it comes back to our own self-confidence and our own decision-making process. And that's where the challenge gets really tough, because we don't like to accept that we were the ones that were having the challenge. We don't like to always accept that we were the ones that were having the struggle. And the reality of it is that we are going to make decisions along the way that maybe aren't our best decisions, but does that mean they're the wrong decision? And I would have to say no, because there is not a right or a wrong that we're looking at here. What we're looking at is an experience, plain and simple. And if we can shift our perception to realize that this is simply an experience, and some experiences we enjoy more than other experiences, and that's different for everybody. It's a subjective area. And what is important from any experience, whether it's favorable or unfavorable, is to learn from that experience. Okay? So if we're learning from the experience, we've completely shifted the blame and the judgment out of it. And once we can do that, we can realize, okay, this is an experience, this is what I've learned, and now I can move forward. So it actually removes our blocks and our obstacles that keep us from moving forward, that keep us from loving again, that keep us from trying again, that it actually helps us shift back into that space of confidence. And the self-confidence is such an important thing, and trust seems to be very, very deliberately or directly attached a lot of times for people when we talk about trust and self-confidence. So they go hand in hand, and that's usually the self-confidence that's gotten shaken that holds people back from trying again and again and again into a new venture. Now, one of the little tips that I have in regards to this is to come up with your list of negotiables and non-negotiables. And I probably talked about this before with you, but it's very important to have those because they make great guidelines for us. They make great guidelines to help us make decisions, to help us realize when we're needing to move on from a situation. And it takes practice, just like anything, like riding a bicycle or anything else we do. It takes practice to become really good at trusting ourselves and having self-confidence. And so there's a couple of things here. We can start by making small decisions that we know that we can accomplish, that we can follow through, that we can do. That's a great way to build our self-confidence up. And then also, again, having that list of negotiables and non-negotiables. And when we do that, it is kind of our own spiritual personal guideline that says, okay, here's what I can tolerate, here's what I'm not willing to accept in my life, here's what's flexible for me, here's what's not flexible. And then sticking by those guidelines. So that can be guidelines related to work, that can be guidelines related to relationships. And when we hit those points, trusting ourselves or following through on that. And that follow through is a big thing. And that's why I say pick small tasks, no matter what they are, and do them to follow through, because that will build your self-confidence, that will give you a sense of accomplishment. So particularly when you're struggling with these issues, maybe you've come out of a bad relationship, or maybe you just had a job that you had to leave, or they laid off a bunch of people where you work, or something like that. And it's very important to do those small things, whether it is fixing a meal in the kitchen, whether it is going out and working in the yard, whether it is um, following up on a commitment to go take a walk once or twice a week, whatever that commitment is. So keep it small and then expand to bigger and bigger areas for you. And that is going to help build your trust back in. So remember that trust doesn't have to be this big obstacle or challenge to us. What it is a learning experience. And we take it as an experience. We're human. We're going to make mistakes sometimes. We're going to go against our gut and our heart and make some decisions that are not necessarily ones that we know are the direction to go. And that's okay because it's all going to bring us an experience no matter what it is. So focus on the experiences, take those small steps to regain your self-confidence and your trust in yourself, because when you have trust in yourself, usually things are going to start going really smooth for you. They're really going to start falling into place. And that self-confidence that goes along with the trusting of yourself is going to make you absolutely magnetic and help you bring and create amazing successes in your life. Thanks so much for listening today. This is Jessie Ann Nichols George, and if you've enjoyed this topic, there are a couple other places you can go to check out my work. There's my website at jessieannicholsgeorge1, that's the number 1.com, and also I've got a short course up on self-confidence if that's something that you are feeling challenged by right now or in the future. You can go in and access that course. It is at learnitlive.com/invite, that's INVITE /Jessie Ann Nichols George. So that's learnitlive.com/invite/Jessie Ann Nichols George. And that'll get you on. I actually have several courses up there that you can take a look at and enjoy. And even the ones that are already passed, you can go back in and still do those courses as well. So there you go. Take the time to start creating ways to make small achievements so that you can get back to trusting yourself and getting your life in a flow that you're going to love. Take care. Have a great day.